Hi, my pretties. I'm gonna show you how to make wings for a flying monkey. I made wings for this flying monkey for a Wizard of Oz costume, but you can use this video to give you ideas on how to make wings for any costume you have in mind. This was such an easy project to create, and it really makes your costume jump from cool to amazing. I've sped this up big time, so you don't have to watch me struggle to just get that flat piece separated. The hardest part of this whole project was cutting it out. We started out with a TV box. These boxes are nice and thick, but are harder to get, so another option you can use is at Costco. In between the toilet paper or other larger items, they're separated by a large cardboard piece. These cardboard pieces at Costco are thinner, but if you get two of those and put them together, it'll work fine too. Once it was all cut out, I had my son lie down on the cardboard so I could trace around him to get a good idea of how big of a wingspan I wanted. I wanted the wings for his costume to start just above his shoulders and end just above his waist. I wanted the wings of mine to kind of go out like this. So you kind of just trace however you want the outside of your wings to look and then connect it into the original shape that you had. Or you can change it to be a little different on the bottom too, but have it come back up. And then you do it on the other side. So it came up right here. So I'm just gonna make mine go. For mine, I'm gonna be doing a rough tracing of where I want the feathers to be going within the wings here next. So the top of birds have bones up there, so I'm just gonna leave that up like that. But then the rest of it, I'm gonna have feathers coming down. And this is just a rough, you can just do it rough, a rough draft basically of it, because you're going to be painting this in the end. Well, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be painting it later, so it doesn't have to look perfect right now. I'm gonna start with smaller feathers up top, and then the feathers that I'm drawing on are just gonna get a little bit bigger as it gets down farther, just because that's how it really is on birds. It's nice going over it in pencil first, because if you don't like how it turns out at first, you can just draw right over it, make it darker, because I wanted to make these feathers a little bit smaller than I had originally put them, so I could add extra ends. And now I'm gonna start on this second row. I'm gonna do 3 rows of feathers on each side. Get it how you want it to be on the one side, and then you can use it kind of as a template for how you want to do it on the other side. Make sure you have lots of pencils around, because you're going to fly through pencils on this cardboard. I added a little bit of an angle at the top of each of the wings because I wanted it to be more up rather than curved. So I did it to the top line, and the bottom line is supposed to be following that. So now I'm just continuing on. As you get closer to the edges, start turning the wings out, like the feathers turning out, so it's going towards the sides. Okay, so this is the rough drawing. I ended up changing to pen on the left side because I was sharpening pencils too much. So that's what it looks like right now. Now we're gonna get some paint together and start going on this. I have 2 plates of black and white paint. I'm gonna mix this together. I'll do black first, and then I'm gonna mix the white and black together to make gray, because I want gray wings.
Making your wings?
Okay, I'm taking this, I'm gonna start painting from the top and moving down. Okay, I'm doing the outside in black because I plan on doing the inside, like feather portions, in gray, but the black part will be contrasting it and make it look nice. So here's how it's looking on the first row. Now I'm moving on to the next row of just black right now. That's with the second row done with the black outline. All right, here's with all 3 layers done with the black outline. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna be adding gray, and then we might go over the top with black as well. Okay, the first side on the left. Okay, we have all layers done on the whole thing. So now we're gonna go through, I'm gonna mix these two together and start making a gray and add that to it. All right, I got a gray going, so now I'm gonna just fill it in. Come over here. Started on the third row now. Okay, all three layers are done on this side. So now I have some paint, like multicolors on this brush. So now I'm gonna go through because I don't want it to look so gray. I want it to look a little bit more vintage, I guess. Kind of like how feathers would. Not so much like that, but just to have a little bit of a blackness that goes through it. Make it look more feathery looking rather than just gray. So just go through and make it look like an old feather, kind of. Okay, now we're gonna start on this side and start painting. We're moving on down the feathers. Okay, now we're gonna be cutting the wings out. This is way harder than it looks. It's thick cardboard. Get a strong guy to help you. I have cardboard stacked underneath it, so it's not gonna scrape my carpet when I'm cutting. Also, when we get close, I'm not gonna cut right here because I'm gonna end up painting that black because I want this, it's gonna be along the back of whoever's wearing it. And so I don't want this to like bend these bottom parts of the wings. So I'll just cut all the way along here just straight so that these don't bend. Then I cut holes right here and right here on the middle portion of the wings, as well as on the other side. Right there, kind of just a slit and another slit. And then I tied fabric that matched the shirt that I was using. Plus I also used some other thing. And then tied it on the other side. So it could kind of go on like a backpack on putting the wings on like a backpack. And turned out pretty awesome.